But first, they were removed from a U.S. Airways flight for behaving suspiciously.
We will continue to look for any kind of suspicious activities.
Today, a settlement in a discrimination lawsuit filed by 6 imams.
This is KARE 11 News at 10.
Good evening. Those imams say they were just practicing their faith when they were removed from the flight 3 years ago.
The tentative settlement reached today does not include an apology, but it does include some money. The imams were removed from a flight bound for Phoenix from the Twin Cities after other passengers on board reported suspicious behavior. Here's KARE 11's Scott Goldberg.
They became known as the Flying Imams after the flight they didn't take. 6 Muslim religious leaders in the Twin Cities for a conference were removed from a U.S. Airways plane that was supposed to carry them home to Phoenix after passengers reported seeing what they considered suspicious behavior.
I never felt humiliated as a human like yesterday. Never.
That was 3 years ago. The Imams later sued, and today they said they've reached a tentative settlement with the airline, the Metropolitan Airports Commission, and airport police.
The settlement is no acceptance of any guilt on anybody's part.
Airport spokesman Pat Hogan said details are being worked out, but the airport's liability will be capped at $50,000 under its insurance policy. U.S. Airways has not commented.
Whether or not passengers were warranted in their suspicion or not, I don't know. But the fact is we have an obligation to respond whenever that kind of a situation occurs.
The situation started when passengers saw the imams saying evening prayers in Arabic in the gate area. On the plane, a passenger handed a note to a flight attendant expressing concern about, quote, 6 suspicious Arabic men. The flight crew also was worried about some of the men asking for a seatbelt extension, which one of the imams explained the next day.
I asked for extension because I have a big belly, big body.
Today, the Council on American Islamic Relations released a statement calling the settlement a clear victory for justice and civil rights over fear and the phenomenon of flying while Muslim in the post-9/11 era. At the airport, the signs haven't changed, and passengers still are told to look out for behavior they consider suspicious.
And we will continue to follow up and to investigate, to take whatever action we think is appropriate.
The imams were detained for questioning but flew home the next day and never faced any charges. One of their lawyers, Frederick Getz, is based in the Twin Cities, and he told us no details have been finalized yet. Once they have been, the settlement will need to be approved by a federal judge. Julie?
Any discussion today about what is truly suspicious behavior? That was a tricky question we discussed earlier today.
It's kind of in the eyes of the passengers, and it's very hard to define, but the airport commission is still saying if you see it, it's better off to report it and let them figure it out.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Sure.